Hello everybody, so thanks for listening. So this is Antoinette 70 with another video, and this is another incident that I thought was really crazy. And me personally, I probably would not have married this groom if I was about to be in a relationship that was committed, monogamous, one-on-one, married to one individual, after finding out that he sexually assaulted my bridesmaid. And so this is what this story is about. So without further ado, I'm going to let you see this video. This is the crazy thing that some women will do. And I just want to say this because I could say a lot of things about this guy that he knows what he's doing. Because if you listen to the story, he knows what he's doing. But the woman, at the end of this, it's so surprising what some people will put up with just to be in a relationship. It's just ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. And I would rather stay single than to be in a relationship with someone who I know potentially would cheat on me or has tendencies of cheating. There's had to be some signs, and this is more than signs. This is really crazy. But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to let this video go so you can hear.
Monroe County say it was the events leading up to their wedding that have him now charged with sexual assault for allegedly forcing himself on his wife's bridesmaid.
Oh, probably the worst thing ever. You can't do that if you're going to get married. Not at all.
Court papers show that bridesmaid told police the assault happened at the Shawnee Inn on August 30th. According to court papers, the group spent the day drinking alcohol and she became very drunk. At the end, she blacked out and woke to find herself in the men's locker room downstairs with Carney fondling her and her bikini bottom removed. Police say the assault stopped when the bride came into the locker room, which led to a physical fight between the bride and groom. Carney's neighbor says they are a nice couple.
They seem fine. I never, heard any rowdiness or anything going on, really.
Police say a review of surveillance video from the inn shows Carney pulling the woman into the locker room, and she appeared to be, quote, extremely unsteady on her feet. Court papers show the Monroe County District Attorney's Office gave investigators the okay to listen in on a call between Carney and his accuser. They say during that call, he repeatedly told her he was sorry, specifically saying it was his fault several times, and he admitted to leading her into the locker room. Police say Carney admitted to investigators that he took advantage of the woman. A friend of Carney says the couple did get married. Some people find that hard to believe.
He's being charged, so I don't know how she's continuing being with him and standing by his side.
We tried to talk with the Carneys at their home, but no one answered the door. Peggy Lee, News Watch 16, Monroe County.
So I'm going to stop that. Hopefully it's not on a commercial or whatever. I'm going to turn it down if it is. I just find it hard to believe as well, like the other young lady was saying earlier. Why would you want to marry somebody that you know that he's being charged with sexual assault?
If I met another veteran and they were with another insurance company, I would tell them, you need to join
with somebody like that,
better service. We are the Kirby family, and we are U.S.
So anyway, trying to turn this down. It's a commercial. And so it's probably going to go on to other commercials and stuff, so exclude that. So anyway, I'm trying to stop it. But anyway, it won't stop because it's automatic. So I just find that really ridiculous. It's like you already know that he's showing the signs of sexually assaulting other women. And, who's to say that he won't do it again? And you go ahead and marry somebody like this. So this just goes to show you that it's not just the men that do things that are crazy, but there are women that are out there that'll allow the craziness to happen. They see the signs of an abuser or somebody who will sexually abuse women or who will do things to women that are not appropriate or not safe or that are violent acts, and yet they still marry them. And so it's not just the males, because a lot of the videos you'll see on YouTube that they'll just talk about what males are doing, but they won't shed light on what some of these females will allow them to do. And so you can only allow so much in your life to happen. And so if you don't want something to occur, then you won't allow it to happen. You'll say no, or you just won't entertain those thoughts with that person. You won't be involved with them. You don't want to be near them. You don't want to be in relationships. No way, no how. If they even approach you, you don't want to be bothered. But if you marry people or you're dating people that are violent, that are vicious, that are horrible individuals, and you're entertaining that behavior, you're basically, what you're saying is it's okay to be vicious to women. It's okay to sexually assault them. It's okay to treat them. And so in their mind, if they have this mentality that they're ill, they think because one woman is accepting of it that other women are. And then there may be other women out there who don't feel the same way. They don't live like that. They don't want to live in a relationship that's toxic. So this male has been already given the green light from another female that it's okay to be abusive, that it's okay to sexually assault women. And so when he goes to the next female that is not for that, then what do you think is going to happen? And so I don't think people have really looked at that from that point of view, that perspective per se. And so that's why you get some of the things that you get, where look at it, it says Denver police offer class for women. It looks like for women who probably wanted to learn self-defense techniques. And in this case, you probably will need them. But anyway, it's crazy. It's like, I know they say that women who are in abusive relationships, a lot of times they fear for their life. They fear for their kids' safety. There's a lot of fear that their kids will be taken away from them. They have a fear of their livelihood, that, they're totally dependent on that male for food, shelter, clothing, and whatnot. But when you put yourself in a position like that to be needy, to where you're defenseless and you can't fight for your kids and yourself, and you put yourself in a position where pretty much that person they not only can control you, but they can dominate you and the kids to where you have no place to stay, no place to go. You be homeless unless you live in a shelter, unless you have family members that don't support you. But a lot of times when you're with abusers, they move you far away from your friends and your family. They isolate you, put you in a predicament where you basically are at the mercy of them. And so I don't know why somebody would want to put themselves in that kind of predicament. I think it's a gradual process that happens over time. In the beginning, maybe the woman was a strong individual, but he chipped away at her emotionally and broke her down to the point to where she's no longer strong enough to be defensive for her kids and herself and her livelihood. And so she's gotten to the point where she's weak emotionally and mentally and then physically. So now he can beat her, he can emotionally and mentally and physically abuse her in any way possible. And he's isolated her far away from her friends, her family. And so she's been made to feel like he's the only thing that is important to her and the best thing that happened to her in her life, because that's what he is pretty much indoctrinated. Because, people are good about, getting into heads of individuals and indoctrinating them and making them think that all you need is them. All you need is what they say and do and what they have to offer, and nothing else matters. And so I think that's what happens with these relationships. When women are in these type of toxic relationships, they will marry guys like this. They find it to be attractive when a male exerts all of this negative energy and output, and they look at it as some masculine thing when it's really an assault thing. It is not masculine, it's assault. Is what it is, sexual assault. And if he'll assault other women like that, he'll assault you, and he'll assault, who knows, if you have a daughter, he might assault her. It could be his own daughter, he might assault her. And so I've known people who have done stuff like that, where they've assaulted not only the woman that they're in a relationship, so-called fly-by-night relationship, they assault their own female daughters. And it has happened. And so men that are like this, in particular, let me stress that, and specifically males that do this type of stuff, that are involved in assaulting women And almost, they can assault their own daughters, assault a stepdaughter. People that are like this, these are not people you want to marry. These are not people you want to be in a committed relationship with because they don't love you. If they're beating on you, if they're dismembering, parts of your body, like breaking your limbs and your legs and all that kind of stuff, and I said dismemberment, almost like chopping off stuff, knifing you. I mean, I've heard some crazy stories where people have gotten things clipped off and the limbs and things, what have you, or they got things broken, limbs broken on them, or their jaw busted. That is not a sign of love and affection whatsoever. And so I don't know what has gotten to the heads of some of these females, is that probably they've been pretty much psychologically probably they've been hypnotized in a way where it's sick. It's like a sickness where they believe that they have to put all of their trust in this individual who is extremely abusive, who's extremely uncaring and unkind and extremely violent, and they're at the mercy of this individual. And they won't call the police. They fear calling the police because that guy will put it in their head that if you call the police, I'm going to kill your kids and I'm going to kill you. Even if the kid is his. They believe this, and so that is the reason why they have a broken arm, broken arms, broken jaw, busted out teeth, black eyes, they're wearing shades, or they have a messed up leg. He's fighting you, and then he can go out and stay out all night, sleep with other women, and come back and give you a disease, and you're not supposed to question his whereabouts. And that's pretty much how that relationship goes, and it's very toxic. And so people live like this. And so for this woman to go ahead and marry this man, knowing that he's got a sexual assault charge with a bridesmaid before she even got married, something is emotionally and mentally wrong in her head to go ahead with this type of relationship. And so it probably won't last. And if it does last, she's going to go through abuse and probably sexual assault herself. And he's probably going to do it to other women while he's married to her. And she's not supposed to question and say anything about it. So he has abusive tendencies. And for him to act like he's sorry because now he's got an assault charge. If he was never given an assault charge, I bet you he would not have called that woman and apologized at all. He was not sincere about that apology. He was not sorry about what he did. He just admitted and incriminated himself, but he was not in no way sorry about what he did. Because if he was, he would not have done that. And on the day that he's going to get married, please, he wouldn't do that ever. Even if he wasn't going to get married. And so for him to do something like that just shows what kind of guy he is. And so there's a lot of young men that I know who think that that kind of stuff is okay and it's cool. And it isn't. If you're putting your hands on a woman and you're getting her intoxicated and you take advantage of it, think about what kind of guy is that? You got to get a woman to get drunk just to have lay with you. What does that say about him as an individual? But anyway, with that being said, I'm going to let this video go. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for listening. That's what shows you what times we live in, what kind of guys are out there. I don't know. Who knows this? I don't know. Maybe I'm telling my age. But clear roofies, where they put the clear drops in your drink and then they knock you out so they can get you somewhere and sexually assault you. It's the same thing. With that being said, thank you for listening.